Hey, this is Gavin Palmer with Hero Looking for Group, attempting to interact and participate. And it seems like that's the call for a meaningful life, and that's basically what this video is about. So, let's try it out. I'm going to start at the end because the end is the best, in my opinion. And as you speak, and when you speak with the right spirit, oftentimes the words that you are saying are a kind of reflection on what you just said. And that's why the end is sometimes the place to start.
Or under the bridge, but that doesn't mean that you cannot renew yourself and reinvigorate yourself and recharge yourself. Because at the end of the day, that's what life is about. Just look at your own breath and heartbeat. No matter how old you are, it doesn't say, okay, I'm breathing on the fumes. I'm breathing on past experiences. Or I'm breathing, or my heart is yesterday's heartbeat. No, every moment your heart beats anew.
So life is invigorating. That's this is the most important point. Everything he says before it is important as well, but this is the most important point. And it seems like this is not his focus. He even talks about the focus, the proper focus. But this is the proper focus, is be here and now and be invigorating.
Every moment your breath is anew. And all of that is constant renewal. So that alone tells you life is about mobility. Don't be stuck. Don't become a couch potato. Don't become static. Life is about movement. So
life is about mobility and movement. Don't be static. And the question is what does that mean for me? And so what it really means is you will be challenged and you will learn and you will grow. And he talks about a gardener. But you're not just a gardener. It's like you're also like a plant in the garden. And you can be responsible for how you grow. And that growth process does have pain and suffering and challenges, and that can be very meaningful if you can see how those pain and the challenges lead to the growth, the transformation, such that your participation improves, your ability to participate in this existence improves.
wherever you are, maybe more difficult because we already have the status quo and the inertia, but it's never too late. I don't even like to say it that way. That itself sounds depressing. We always have opportunity, and we go to sleep every night, and we wake up in the morning refreshed. The most important part of the refreshment should be not just physically refreshed, but spiritually refreshed, psychologically refreshed, emotionally refreshed. And that's when you focus on the why. Now, once you focus on the why, you don't have to keep renewing it every second, even though that would be great.
So, focusing on the why, and the reason I'm here right now is because I woke up and I focused on the why. At some point in the morning, I have my device and I'm on YouTube, and I'd skip the home page. I don't want YouTube trying to give me my why. And I had already done other things looking for my why for the day. And then I clicked on this video because I care about the why. I'm actually scrolling and saying, why would I watch that? Why would I watch that? And then I arrive here. And it's good to ask why all the time. Why am I talking to you? It's because I'm trying to participate. I believe that my participation helps, that it is helpful. I believe that your participation is helpful, but it needs to be in the right spirit. And it's a growth mindset, one that is willing to both learn and teach. It's not all about teaching.
But once you have the why, now you can do the what, which is guided by. But from time to time, at least several times a day, in the morning, in the evening, before you go to sleep, when you wake up in the morning, it's good to do an accounting, an introspection, a soul search. Where do I stand? Is my what aligned with my why? Is my what aligned with, are my actions and my behavior aligned with the purpose of it all?
And you can do this all the time. You can always be asking this question every day, at every moment, in all of your relationships. So, let's go to the next part. Let's go to why war.
Now, if it's so simple, why do we have war? Why do we have acrimony? Why do we have so many battles and hostilities? And the answer is that's part of the purpose as well. To use the great Arizal, the 16th century mystic, the concept of tzimtzum that I've shared many times on this platform. Tzimtzum, the concealment. That all this is concealed from us initially. You wake up in the morning, you can easily just indulge in whatever you need and not say or express gratitude and appreciate the why. We go right into the what. That's due to a concealment because it's also part of the goal. If the garden was just there for us to just do minimal work, what would be our purpose? The purpose is because we have to overcome a great obstacle, and that is a deep concealment, the hiding of the purpose. The why is concealed in the what.
And so the question is, for each of us, including this rabbi, is what is being concealed from me? And then another question would be, how can I allow what is concealed from me to be revealed to me? And then that's why I'm here, right? I believe I can help reveal what is being concealed. And I believe you can do that, and we can all do that. And I even believe you can look in nature. Every moment, every part of existence can begin to reveal that which is concealed, and it requires a seeking mindset.
So we see the what? We see a world around us. We see our lives. We see the needs we have. We feel them. Sight, sound, taste, touch, and smell all deal with the what. So part of the mission is to overcome that and be a wise person, to look within, to understand what is making things tick, the why behind it all. That's also part of the purpose. And that's what makes it both very dramatic, but also can be very challenging, because sometimes that concealment is very deep and painful. People hurt each other, not recognizing that we're all one of one larger organism. We're all part of one greater plant. We're all one garden. The fact there are many different types of trees doesn't weaken the garden. That, on the contrary, that diversity makes it even more beautiful. So diversity can lead to greater harmony. It can also lead to greater war.
And what's good here is the word harmony instead of unity. People like to talk about unity. What is better than unity is harmony. You would know this if you were into music.
Conflict of interest. So our mission is not just to beautify, but to spread this message as much as possible.
And there he said, our mission is to not just to beautify. So this is what he starts with, is this idea that beautification is our mission. But he ends with invigoration in the moment is our mission, and asking why is our mission, which is different. Because as soon as you have an answer to why, that can become an idol. That can become idolatry. And then you can have a conflict of interest in your mission. You can have people who have different missions. One person's mission might be beauty, and another person's mission might be everyone should have clean water. Point up at that thing above me. Everybody should have food, water, shelter, clothing. That's what this idea is up here. So is beauty more important than making sure that people actually have the opportunity to look at what is concealed and have it revealed to them? Because, we, this rabbi and myself, we are privileged to have the opportunity to just speak. We aren't struggling like so many people are. And so what is really more important? This is more important. And there is a conflict of interest between the mission of beauty, of seeking beauty and engaging in beauty. Now, and that's just because the word beauty is a symbol, and it has different meanings for everyone. And, in the mind of the Creator, which people have a very hard time grasping, the thing which is beautiful is beyond us. It's so beautiful that it is beyond us. And so when you have an idea of what is beautiful, you're mistaken. That's important. Let's go to the next section. This one I titled The Truth.
No, you're here because you have something to contribute and to beautify that no one but you can do. Period. That's it. That's a given. It's a given to the point that there was no argument, there's no second option. When you feel that deep in your heart and soul, you have a why, because now the why is you.
Right. But there is a revelation as well. Like, you can believe that you are here for a reason, but you don't know what that reason is. That's the thing that reveals itself. As you participate properly, it reveals itself. This guy thinks that he's doing it. Well, what will he be doing next year? Right? He might have an idea of what he should be doing next year, but is that what the Creator's idea is? Does his idea align with what the Creator's idea of beauty is? Let's go to the next part. Husbandry. This is a really good word. When there is this war on the patriarchy, perhaps there is a war on husbandry. Mr. Griswold pointed that out. I just like this word. I'm a husband, and I do things that I imagine good husbands should do. And so I try to understand what an ideal husband is. And so you can look at the word husbandry, and this is what you do when you are tending to the garden and the cultivation of children. And we are all children. And that's why I'm participating. I want to remind the rabbi that he is a child. We are children.
I'm looking to beautify, to perfect, or unclog, and weed the garden so that things should grow well. There's something about it.
So there's the garden, which consists of all of us and everything. And then there's the garden in your mind, which needs to be cultivated as well. And that's the process of the revelation of what was concealed and what your proper way of being is, which is perfect and beautiful in this grand plan that the author, the great author, knows and is pulling and pushing us toward, which we can cling to where we're at with our ideas and beliefs about what our why. We can cling to our why and cause a clog and a blockage, or we can float and be at peace with the flow. And so he said that he likes to help unclog. And part of that, there is an unclogging that needs to happen within so that you can participate in the unclogging outside as well. This is husbandry. It is self-work, which allows for the participation, the proper way of being.
Bringing children into the world has that element.
And we are children. This process is the revelation that we are children, and the revelations that allow us to mature so that we become increasingly mature and increasingly learn the proper way of being. Let's go look at the next section. I titled this, The Cleaner Confused as Seer.
Elevated. And yes, I use the word clarify because so much of us are blinded. I remember once A couple were dating, came to my class, was coming to my class on an ongoing basis. Then after one of the classes, they both came over to me, and the woman says to me, maybe you can convince my boyfriend to finally let's get married.
So the rabbi tells this story, and where he has a conversation with the male, and during that conversation he was reminded of his childhood where he enjoyed unclogging such that the flow of the water down the drains was unhindered. And that was his why. And so the rabbi is like a custodian, a kind of servant that wants to clean. He's not really a seer, even though he calls himself a seer. He's really a cleaner. He's unclogging and cleaning is what he's trying to do. And I think he does a pretty good job. Let's go to the next section. So I also labeled this the truth.
In the terms of the actual original sources, the expression is that the creator or the engineer, the cosmic engineer, or the cosmic conductor of this symphony desired to have a home, a dwelling place, a comfortable place in this material world.
I think we'll leave it there because I'm about to run out of batteries. Thank you for your time and attention. Your attention is the most valuable resource in the world. And I agree. This is the truth. The Creator is trying to create a home, the most beautiful thing in the world. And we have to learn what is concealed and attempt to have it revealed by participating. And that's a meaningful existence. Thank you.